South Park has decided to join Hollywood and update their series for a modern audience. While fans love this new spin, certain online media personalities struggle to control their rage. South Park has always been known for going after everyone. They don't pull their punches, and no one is safe around them. They unapologetically tackle social, political, and religious issues. While some of their takes have landed them in hot water, they continue to push forward with tegridy. For their latest Paramount exclusive, they decided to enter the Panderverse, and the reaction has been interesting. In comparison, fans love this latest spin by Matt and Trey, while certain media outlets are in a complete spin. In their latest trailer, South Park decided to both race swap and sex swap all of the main characters. Although it is still unclear what direction they will be taking this special in, it is clear that they are trying to make fun of Hollywood. Studios like Disney have come under heavy fire over the last few years for certain casting choices they have made. However, they are far from alone regarding these types of decisions. The creators of South Park have always been great at pointing out hypocrisy within the media. They have tackled everything from Donald Trump's presidency, COVID-19, and even transgender women in sports. Over the last few years, they have set their sights on political correctness by introducing a character called PC Principal as well as PC Babies. This latest iteration shows that they are still unapologetic about their approach. South Park is known for not just making fun of one side but all sides. If you are a fan of this series, you cannot be easily offended. The reaction to this upcoming episode has been very interesting to observe. As much as people are stating there is a woke meltdown online, I have not seen much of this reaction anywhere. While there was certainly some upset with the episode, most fans love the trailer. The reactions to the YouTube trailer have been overwhelmingly positive. On Twitter, though, the reactions have been a bit more split. There were certainly some who did not like this episode. Those people are, of course, free to express themselves in any way they want. We, on the other hand, are free to mock them how we want. It is certain media outlets, however, that have caught the attention of the internet. Certain outlets immediately went full defensive, stating how sick they were of South Park. One article in particular titled, "There's a new South Park event, teaser and God. We're already so tired" caught some attention for how they chose to cover the episode. While the article was brief, the comment section was filled with people having a good cry. People wrote entire novels about how this episode made them feel. In the spirit of fairness, these things do go both ways. When Disney makes a diverse casting choice, people express themselves similarly. The opposite happens when people make fun of those blatant pandering casting choices. I have personally never been a fan of identity politics being used to sell a product or piece of entertainment. When studios go out of their way to make social or political statements, it is clear that they are trying to sell a product. Although you can make the argument that South Park is doing the same thing, I believe that satire is different. Additionally, it is unfortunate how studios cover diversity as it is an important issue. I have always been in support of more diversity within entertainment. Studios using the calls for diversity as a way to profit has had a devastating effect on the entire movement. It is often said that Hollywood is running out of ideas. While I do not entirely believe that, the amount of remakes does not make it easy to argue against. Taking an iconic classic and remaking it might sound like a great idea. It certainly can be if all you are doing is remaking it. However, these modern classics carry nothing in common with the original other than name. Then, in the spirit of diversity, you cast underrepresented groups. In the promotional material, you make the entire identity of the film revolve around the diversity of the cast. When the film eventually sucks because of how bad the script is, these underrepresented groups get hurt. They are blamed for the failed projects, even though it is the studios. Because these films do so poorly, studios are reluctant to make certain casting choices moving forward. This is extremely unfair but also the reality. Equal representation should not be treated as a marketing ploy by studios. If they stop with the remakes and create original ideas, everything else will fall into place. There is no need to recast Snow White or The Little Mermaid if you have original ideas. Unfortunately, Hollywood is all dried up, and thus, they decide to pander. This is how we got to the Panderverse. As stated, South Park can be unforgiving when it comes to certain issues. Before Matt and Trey joined the Panderverse, they became stunning and brave by taking a stance against transgender people in sports. While I thought they handled the episode fairly well, massive backlash was received. No matter where you fall on this issue, most series won't dream of taking a stance against it. Over the years, we have seen many new animated series pop up all over the internet. They all fall over each other, trying to be as edgy as they possibly can. This usually involves saying a few swear words and joking about sex. However, true edginess comes from your ability to cover unpopular topics. No one has a better record than South Park with doing this. Many have tried, and some of them come close, but there is only one king. Over the years, they have drawn the iron of many religious communities, but their last couple of years have been the most divisive. Keep in mind when I say divisive, I mean the last couple of years have been some of the best content ever created. It is only divisive for some Twitter and media personalities. Most people know that South Park is simply satire. Although some of their satire is now real life, it still just remains a comedy. It is also worth pointing out that the snow can be very fair and balanced. There is a high likelihood that this special event can go in the complete opposite direction. They might call it the perverse, but their message might be a supportive one. We will have to wait until the end of the month to see what direction they take. South Park sometimes uses Cartman to make more controversial arguments. Kyle is usually the counter with a more centrist take. It will be interesting to see how Matt and Trey strike this balance. I am personally very excited about this special event.